Hey everybody, this is Brad. I'm reaching out to you, saying hi. Today is a quick, short little video about a mod. Um, I do a tremendous amount of gaming over the years because gaming is one of those motivators that gets you into enjoying what you do. And it can get you to building databases and stat trackers and infrastructure and faster networks and all of that. Why? Because you enjoy Quake or Duke Nukem or Doom. Oh my gosh, there's some age there. Wolfenstein, the 5.25-inch disc version. That's about that big, by the way. But today, I'm talking about X4 Foundation's mod, a mod that I really enjoy a lot. And this is, to give it some kudos. Also, I'm giving it some requests because I think that it's something that has even more excitement to it. And that is that with the nature of the InterWorld mod, which is at the point 6, I think, point 6 version today on Foundation, I'm sorry, on X4 Foundation, which is the actual gaming engine. Um, really love the ships. I love the breakdowns. Spot on. Um, One thing, though, when you look at the different generations of ships and so on, getting access to those ships, including the older ships, is something that's valued that I can't do today. I mean, I've got 56, 60% of the map mapped, and I've looked everywhere to get access to those older ships, older cruisers, and obviously, some of the other types of ships that we've seen in the canon of Star Wars, and not just in the video itself or the shows and movies themselves, but the books and the series and the audiobooks and so on. They have a variety of ships, and obviously, your crew who made the wonderful mod Interworld can only do so much and so much with so many resources, but I think what you got is great. I just want to figure out how can I get to them all and start using them, because I might want one particular droid ship coupled with my MC-75, and but put that with my Patel, and then because I love the Patels, they're just wicked little frigates, and so on and so on. So that would be something that would really be cool to do. The interiors are actually pretty awesome too, except for, of course, there's a lot of corn flipping going on with the Imperial stuff. I get that. But when I did look at some of the video footages on, like, for instance, the light cruisers for the Imperial versus the big ones, and the interdictors and so on and so on, I realized, oh wow, those all of those bays are completely different. And that would be really cool to see that orientation on the decks themselves. The last thing that I thought was really neat is the fact that wouldn't it be a really cool idea if you brought in some of the Star Wars torpedo style or probe like styles, very similar to how the advanced satellite mod works, including the advanced satellite and so on, such as the resource and survey droid, and I'm sorry, drone, and so on. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could bring some of Star Wars drones into the equation as well? And I like it when I can right click and do a deployment civilian level, and I see 15 or 20 options I can deploy. May they be drone attack droids for just to harass fighters or something like that. I think you absolutely have an avenue for that, and so does X4 Foundations. They should introduce fighter drones, which are low yield dispensable drones that you put out. They'll run for 20 minutes or so, and you can hold maybe 100 of them. And they've got a blaster on them, or they've got some type of weapon on them that can harass the shields of starfighters and or other ships, draw the fire away from your ships, and so on and so on, just to create that level of effect. That would be really cool, and I think InterWorld could do that uniquely, opposed to many of the other mods. But Anyways, with that, these were just some ideas I had with a quick suggestion pathway. Can't wait to figure out how I can get to all of the ships of the Star Wars genre. And I would love to see some auxiliary ships that aren't auxiliary ship X4 Foundation style, um, and maybe even to the scavengers, because Star Wars has some incredible scavenger like stuff out there. And geez, like 25% of a lot of this movies is about them reprocessing the old and bringing in the new and everything in between, and the big scrap yards. And another is a mobile ship parts style that is more of parts and pieces that could extend the life of an auxiliary ship, but follows the genre of the Star Wars stratagems that are out there. Also, those giant, huge fuel depot ships, which are extraordinarily dangerous because when you mess with them, they blow up like a half a sector. But there's some really incredibly large, impressive, extra large style ships out there that should be able to, in my opinion, mine, gas mine, trade, fuel transport. Just treat it as a commodity, and so on and so on. So those are some suggestions from me. I think the game is really enjoyable. And not too much I play these days because I'm so busy, but because I can let the the X4 Foundation slash InterWorld run in the background on my Xeon, which is sweet, by the way, doing its thing, and I can jump into it for a couple hours a day and do my thing, and build my empire, blah 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 blah, and then jump back out and let it run over the night or the next day, and so on. It's pretty awesome. It's genuinely a different style game. And I'd like to reclassify X4 Foundation as a multi-day MMO style game. I'm not sure how we would do that, but maybe a continuous or contig style MMO style game, because it's really unique in its own way. No other platforms are like this, and that's why I give it kudos. It's my sandbox. It runs on my box. It's in my system, and I can run it for a week without any issues. Spot on. Keep improving. It's enjoyable. This is Brad Tack signing off.